Ladies and ugly men, Handsome Contreras here. Welcome to Handsome Island. This is Watch Me Make It, where I talk mindset, money, and real estate. Now, I talk on those three subjects, and I've made a decision to speak about that in particular, and not make this anything outside of that. Not make this anything political. Not make this anything, like about what's going on outside of mindset, money, and real estate. And I made a Kanye video, right, because it does pertain to money and the economy and choices you have to make in a mindset someone has to have to deal with the landscape that we're in, especially with the media, especially with being black, being of color in America, and how you get treated, how you get seen, how your words can be twisted, yada, yada, yada. That's why I did the video. And I didn't want to turn this into a hip hop conversation channel, right? That's what I have Purple Cups and Champagne for. We talk about the culture there. We talk about hip hop, what we love, what we grew up with here in New York. And I'm struggling not because I gotta be careful with my words because it can be seen. I'm struggling because I cannot come to grips with the death of Takeoff, right? Again, I don't know the man individually. I don't know him personally. I've never met him. My cousin, who's actually an Uber driver and all this stuff, was the Migos driver for a short time, or for a lot of times when they're here in New York. So I've heard good things about them personally from him, but I never met the kid, right? And first off, rest in peace to Takeoff. I didn't want to speak on this. Like I said, this ain't a hip-hop channel, nothing like that. But this does deal with my mindset, right? It does with my mindset because as somebody that grew up in the hood, as somebody that comes from the hip-hop culture, as somebody that was a teenager, when a lot of the shift happened in hip-hop, where it became more friendly and whatnot, I remember being a kid when Biggie died. I'm from Brooklyn, right? When Biggie died, it affected us. And that's kind of one of the things that really hit me. It's when Big and Pac died, it was such an astronomical event for everybody. It was a wake-up call. It was all this stuff. Fast forward, quarter century later, and it's the norm. You're used to hearing rapper dead, artist dead, all this stuff just happened. And it's been happening more and more. And the first thing that really messed with my head yesterday was that, look, if your first comment, if the first thought in your head at the news of Takeoff, a young black artist, getting shot and killed was, where were his bodyguards? Or, oh, he shouldn't have been there. Or, well, you know how it is, man. That's just the culture. You're out of your fucking mind, right? You're out of your mind. You're a sick person if that was the first thought that crossed your head, or one of those thoughts. The first thought should have been, yo, why is this happening? And why is it becoming the norm? Why is it that our culture, our people, find it cool to kill over disagreements, right? And this ain't even a gun law thing. People are oh, that's why you should ban law. No. Like my cousin Josh, he said, you don't hear about a rock star shooting another rock star. And they got guns, right? You don't hear about a hillbilly killing a hillbilly over some stuff. And if that's a derogatory term, whatever, man. Enjoy your life. We all know what a hillbilly is. It's been there from the start of time. They call themselves hillbillies. Don't play that game with me. Right? Take it how you want to. Right? So, you don't hear about these occasions. Yet, for one reason or another, it's accepted in our community. And I say our community. Anybody out there is you ain't black, you know what you're talking about? Bro, I'm Dominican. I'm a mix of everything under the sun. I'm African, Taino Indian, or Taino Native American, if you want to call them that now. Spaniard. It's all in here. Right? And I'm from New York, late 80s, early 90s, Brooklyn to be exact, East New York to be even more exact. Where in the eyes of the blue, you're all black. So don't play that game with me. Don't try to like say, oh, you shouldn't. Nah, bro, I'm from that life. And still from that life. Like, my world is different than your world, wherever you're at. I'm just telling you that right now. So yes, our culture is infested with this. Infested. And even worse is that same thing Kanye was saying. Other cultures, nobody talks about it. It could be said, you could be this and that, yada, yada, yada. We're paid to talk about killing one another. You benefit from us spreading that. And I'm a fan of gangster rap. It is what it is, bro. Come on. 90s, hello, that's where it all was at. Even in the early 2000s, 50, shoot 'em up, gun 'em up stuff, I get it, man. Right now, drill music is taking new leaps and bounds. There's a difference, though. A huge difference. You weren't patted on the back in the day for shooting your own. You were still seen as somewhat like, what? Like, you knew it was music. I forgot who said it. He said the difference with back then was you were talking about what you lived and how you got away from it. Because you came from that. Now, kids are becoming that to talk about it in the music. It's very, very different. Very. And they're being paid. They're being pushed on big scales. I say the bigger problem here are the record labels, is the media. You get paid to talk about slaying your own. You benefit off of it. Right? Well, a small portion benefit. Call they whatever you want. I'm not getting involved with that. But they, the media, the labels, the same thing Ye was saying, are making money off our deaths. And I'm not here to say like, yo, let's start making all positivity music. But we don't always got to talk about shoot 'em up, kill 'em. I don't know if you noticed, Drake ain't shooting or killing anybody. Big Sean ain't shooting or killing anybody. Kendrick ain't shooting or killing Cole ain't shooting or killing anybody. And y'all can look at me like, yo, well, you don't know the new kids. No, and I see the problem with the new kids. Because they're feeding you this. They're feeding you it. They're putting the other music down and propelling this. So we can knock each other out. And if you're unaware of it, and you're going to tell me this ain't a system issue, you out of your damn mind. You ain't grow up where I grew up. This is a systematic issue. I once had probably the same mentalities. I was like, yo, I made it out the hood. I changed my mind. And as I got deeper and deeper into thinking and really, really looking at society, I noticed, I'm like, yeah, I'm one of the few. I was blessed with the ability to take this information and see something, inherently wrong with my situation. But that's not always the case. And I ain't here to preach. But the facts are the facts. We are indoctrinated into this kill each other society. Everything is disrespectful stuff. It ain't a mistake, man. It ain't a mistake. I don't want to get all into that. I'm just saying the facts are the facts. And when is it that, and I'm sure we're going to talk about this on the podcast, Purple Cups of Champagne once again, because I said that's where we talk culture, hip-hop, our lives. But when is it that we do stop it? Drill is on and popping. It's the next upcoming thing right now. I see some people trying to make the transition and make other topics become popular in drill. But a good 96.41% of it is shoot 'em up, kill 'em up stuff. You know what I mean? So when are we going to make that shift? I don't know the answers. I just know this last thing with Takeoff, and it's been happening way more over time. But it really hit me like, bro, it's a little kid, dog. This kid is 28 years old. There's no way. And if the story is how the story was, where it wasn't even meant for him, even worse. Boozy says something very, very touching, man. And I was like, damn, he's right. Where he's like, yo, rappers are no longer the superheroes. We're no longer the stars. We're the targets. And that's all fed from a system where if you ain't the one eating, you go after the one eating. But you don't see that in other cultures. You don't see that in other circles. Yet they perpetuate it to make money off of it and give young kids a chance to elevate off talking about killing one another. Again, I'm off my pedestal. I didn't even want to make this video. I had to. Because mindset, money, real estate, that's cool. But if we ain't alive, we don't have the time to do any of that. There ain't time to fix your mindset. There ain't time to make money. There ain't time to even buy real estate and invest in one another. And that's my speech, man. I hope it makes sense to some people. I hope it resonates with people even outside of our culture to look at it like, yo, he's on to something. Or again, this ain't nothing new. I'm not preaching nothing new. I'm using my vehicle, my platform, to actually spread more, because typically I stay away from stuff like this. Again, I'm only talking about it on the show, on the podcast. But nah, it's my responsibility to talk on this topic. Maybe a long, drawn out video to you. And look, I'm not even editing this. Not. I'm just giving it to you guys, man. Pause. Maybe long and drawn out, but it's saying what must be said. Ladies and ugly men, take care of one another, love one another, educate each other. Let's stop beefing. Stop doing dumb shit that we hear in music and think is right. Like always, man, God is good, God is grand, God is great. Stay favored, and more importantly, stay alive. You know.